You ever get that feeling where someone close to you does something truly amazing and you're very happy for them, but deep down, you get this ache? You know the feeling I'm talking about. I still remember the first time I had ever felt it. It was the morning our year 12 IB results came out. My friend was calling me. Adam! I said, what happened? He said, I got a 45. A 45? It took a minute for it to set in. But he had got a 45 out of 45. Only 0.5% of all students worldwide get this score. I said, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, you deserve it. And I truly was proud. But after I hung up the phone, the room went silent. I looked at my own result. I'd gotten a 37 out of 45. The joy that I had once felt for my friend had disappeared. Let's get a show of hands. Who here has experienced something similar? Where someone close to you achieved something amazing and you're proud of them, but deep down you feel that little ache. Show of hands. Most of us. See, we all feel this feeling, but we never talk about it. It's what makes us human. It's not jealousy, it's not bitterness, it is simply part of us. And it's not our fault. I mean, this is a commonly studied field of scientific study. It's called the social comparison bias. It's when we see someone doing a little bit better than us, but deep down we feel that ache. The same part of our brain that lights up when we feel physical pain also lights up when we see someone close to us doing better. It's part of us as humans. Thousands of years ago, falling behind, seeing someone doing better than us, did not mean embarrassment, or it wasn't meant to make us miserable. It was meant to keep us alive. And now, we still feel that pain. It's still as painful, but it doesn't keep us alive. We use it to validate our self-worth. Back when I was 18 years old, I bought my dream car, a white Golf GTI. I'd saved up for years. I'd saved up every dollar, every penny. I had worked jobs, side businesses. I had a picture of it on my phone as the wallpaper. I loved that car. And when I bought it, I drove that thing like a Ferrari. I was so proud of it. I would drive it everywhere. I would park it. I was known as the guy who had the Golf GTI. But a few months later, I was scrolling Instagram, and I saw a post from a friend who I hadn't spoken to in a long time. It was him standing next to a Mercedes. And the caption said, "New car at 18." My mind started racing. What? This person was also 18, but he had a Mercedes? I started to blame comparison. No, I shouldn't compare myself to him. It's stealing my joy. It's just daddy's money. His dad bought him that car. I earned it. That's what I felt. And ever since that day, I blamed comparison as the thief of joy, that we shouldn't compare ourselves. I started being embarrassed to drive around my car. Can you imagine that? Nothing had changed about my car. Just by seeing a random person do better than me, it stole my joy. And I mean, it's not our fault. We've been taught by society our entire lives that life is a race, that there's this invisible finish line we're all racing to reach, that we have to graduate by 21, get a job by 22, find the love of our life at 25, marry them at 27, have kids at 28, buy a house at 35, and then retire at 60. But you know what? There is no timeline. It's all perspective. Alexander the Great ruled an entire Greek nation at 20 years old. Donald Trump became the oldest US president at 78. Lamine Yamal became the youngest professional football player at 15 years old. And Colonel Sanders started KFC when he was 62. So answer this question. Who's ahead and who's behind? None of us. It's all perspective. I still remember a couple of years ago, I have a cousin who's a month older than me. At 19 years old, he got married. At 19. 19. And despite my family's initial strong opposition, he really thought that he had found the one. Here my cousin was, building an entire family, and I was still figuring out how to speak to the opposite gender. Yes, I was the same age as him. Yes, I compared myself to him. I was very happy for him. But something changed this time. It was a reset. Because comparison, yes, I was comparing myself to him, but it didn't steal my joy. I didn't feel that ache. And that was my point of no return. Because I realized that, hold on, comparison isn't to blame for the loss of joy. It's how we use comparison that's what's to blame. I was unhappy, not because of comparison itself, but because of how I aimed it, how I directed it. And ever since that day, whenever someone tells me that comparison is the thief of joy, I disagree with them. The question I'd like to answer to all of you today is how can we use falling behind and comparison as a force for good instead of making us miserable? The two things I did was first, internally. I internally shifted my mindset, and instead of viewing comparison as something to make me miserable, I used this primitive force to make me work harder towards my goals. I used it and I aimed it. So whenever I saw someone doing a bit better than me, instead of thinking, oh, he got lucky, it makes me work harder towards my goals. And the second thing is externally. I externally surrounded myself with those who have the same mindset. Because let me tell you something. I realized that you can never outrun a room that secretly hopes you stay below them. So the next time you feel this ache, instead of asking, why not me? Why am I not in their place? I would like you to ask the question, what is this trying to teach me? Because maybe, just maybe, falling behind is exactly what pushes us ahead. Thank you.